So today on the program, we're turning your attention to a partnership between the Quincy Helping Hand program, with lots of folks are familiar with here in Quincy, founded by State Representative Bruce Ayers, and also Andrew Sharp is joining us from the Authentic Caribbean Foundation to talk about ways that you can help the victims of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. And Bruce, Andrew, great to chat with you both. Thanks for spending some time to talk with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe. It's we appreciate the opportunity to be on your show and talk a little bit about the project and help spread the word.
And Andrew, thank you as well. It's good to meet you. This is a mission of mercy, really. So we're looking forward to learning a little bit more about this. But Bruce, maybe we can start with you if you can tell us about this partnership.
Well, Andrew and I have known each other for quite a while now. We've worked together on different overseas projects, and this is another one we're teaming up as. He had reached out recently to me wanting to see if we could help out and participate. And as we all know, the recent Category 5 that hit Jamaica recently, just 2 weeks ago, 45 people lost their lives, 30,000 homes displaced, thousands of people are homeless. You know, it just devastated the island, and thousands of people are in need of services. So when he reached out to see if we could maybe offer some durable medical equipment to the clinics, the hospitals, the seniors, people in need, we wanted to see what we could do to help.
Sure. Andrew, so why is this need so important right now in Jamaica?
Well, we know that the Caribbean has been prone, is the most prone area for climate change and always been affected by hurricane. Um, Throughout the years, we realize that the hurricane keeps getting stronger and dangerous. Cat 5, wow, 190 miles per hour winds, total devastation. Melissa sat down at the south of Jamaica and developed strength, brought a lot of rain and wind. And that's something that makes this hurricane very dangerous. The amount of rain, the amount of surge from the sea, low-lying areas, and where the hurricane landed was the southwestern side of Jamaica, which infrastructures are not like the capital. So we see that persons have zinc houses, persons, live on farmlands, and all of that was devastated by Melissa. It went from the south to the north. It also affected our tourism second city, which is Montego Bay. Currently, the port is still damaged. They're trying to get the port up in Montego Bay. Kingston was spared, and we're happy that Kingston was spared because the majority of the population resides in Kingston. 2 million resides in Kingston. So if that hurricane had passed through Kingston like Gilbert in 1988, Gilbert was another devastating storm, Jamaica will be in some serious issues. Currently, persons are marooned. Electricity are gradually coming on stream. The cell phone lines are down, and people are just hunger. And I'm really, really happy that we have a partner here in Quincy. Years ago, during Hurricane Doran, I reached out to State Rep Ayers, Bruce, and I was so happy that he explained his nonprofit, Helping Hands. And I said, wow, what a good collaboration this can be. And I must say that we were supported tremendously from Rep Ayers for Hurricane Doran. Now again, another Hurricane Melissa. So here it is that we call upon State Rep, who have been really helpful for us and a close partner. And I call him a friend of the Caribbean. We adopt him. He's a Caribbean guy. So We are really happy for his support in terms of, especially those with disability, because we always realize that the vulnerable population is the last to receive stuff. And repairs, you don't know how important the wheelchair, the walkers, the kabam. Right now, I have a lady who is living in the Brockton who said her father needs a wheelchair. So I'm like, yes, we're going to be able to get him a wheelchair because that was damaged. So much to be done. Last night, I carried a first set of shipment to the shipping company. So what we do, we activate it once there's a hurricane and we realize the damage and we get the assessment from the government, we activate our hurricane disaster relief efforts. We have different areas that we place collection at boxes, bins, and persons are able to donate items. We have a flyer that we list the items, and it's in phases. The first phase, everything is gone, so you're going to need the necessity. 80% of the houses have lost their roof, so tarpaulin is going to be needed. Also, clearing debris, clearing their house. Trees are broken, debris, zincs fly through the air because of the wind. So the first stage is to make sure that we get stuff to these persons. And then it's a continuous phase until the recovery. Lots to be done. We must say that Jamaica was smart enough to take out a disaster insurance bond, which now is going to pay off to support the government to rebuild and also to provide support. We must say also we're happy that the United States government came on board and provided the helicopters for the search and rescue and to be able to drop food into those maroon areas. We're talking about 6 parishes that got damaged. Let's not forget about the rain that causes landslide and road erosion. So a lot of places, even though it's not as damaged as the epicenter of where it dropped, landed, but you have other areas like St. Thomas, Portland, which is very hilly. It's where the Blue Mountains and a lot of the mountains are. And heavy rain causes landslides and erosion of the roads. So we have our hand made out. We have a lot of work to get done, but with the help of the community and Jamaica community here in Massachusetts is the 4th largest community in Massachusetts, and everyone has been rallying around to support Jamaica. The need is great. I mean, people not out of food for 2 weeks. They have lost the stove. The water has come in and eroded a lot of their furnitures. The stove, most of them is gas stove, so all that water that damage all of that. So people can't even cook. So this is where the support is needed consistently. I mean, you drop one food item that only lasts for not even 2 days. So the continuous support of the people of Jamaica, we're so delighted that we're going to be providing that kind of support. Boots on the ground, activated our disaster relief, partnering with repairs to ensure that we provide these equipments. We know also that we're definitely going to need the saws. We're going to use a lot of rakes, different stuff, because I've been through a hurricane and I know how it is.
Sure,
Once it
sure.
has
Yeah.
passed, yeah.
I just wanted
Sorry, go ahead.
that's okay. I just wanted to get some time in here to let folks here in Quincy know how they can help this effort. So Bruce, maybe you can talk to us about that.
Sure, Joe. What we're doing.
Go ahead, Rep.
Good morning. And thank you, Andrew. It's a great partnership. And what we're doing, Joe, is asking residents who may have some durable medical equipment they no longer need, perhaps it's in their attic or basement, we're going to be having a Quincy pickup drive, and it's going to be next Monday, November 17th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And how people can help, we're going to be going out to their homes right in Quincy and picking up equipment, bringing it back to our facility in North Quincy to prepare it to be picked up by Andrew and the shipping containers to be sent overseas. So there's two ways to reach out. The first way is my phone number. It's 617-472-9877. The second way is my email, which is Bruce, BRUCE, J as in Joseph, .ayers, AYERS, @yahoo.com. And as Andrew alluded to, it's just a desperate time of need to help the people in Jamaica. So many vulnerable people out there. And, items like a wheelchair isn't just a piece of equipment for them. It's gaining back their independence, their dignity, their freedom. We've heard some terrible stories about people who not only lost their lives, but, equipment for the hospitals, the clinics. It's just one way the residents of Quincy can really help out and help our neighbors across the country.
Sure. So folks, Bruce, reach out to you through one of those two methods to schedule a pickup time. Is that right?
Yes, that'd be the best way, Joe, because we're starting to take and put together a list of people who we will be calling. So when they reach out, if they could put their name, address, phone number, of course, we'll have the email if they email us, and we'll be responding to them, setting up a time which we can go by their home and pick up the equipment.
Okay. And is this just happening in Quincy, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Quincy pickup drive. And then following the next day, we're going to be meeting up with Andrew with the shipping containers to prepare them for the overseas shipment. So it's a relatively short amount of time, a short window, but I think all working together. And, in the past, the residents of Quincy have really stepped up and helped out. It really brings out the best in the community. We really encourage people, if they want to get involved, please give us a call. We'll be happy to pick up the equipment and help the residents of Jamaica.
Okay. And is there kind of like a deadline for when you'd like folks to get a hold of you?
Yeah, we'd like to hopefully get all the information to us by Sunday night or early Monday morning, because we're going to be starting first thing Monday at 9 o'clock to go around to pick up the equipment. And we've done similar things a few years back. We did a similar pickup when we helped out some of the residents in Ukraine. It worked out really well. Just having all the names, addresses, we could go right by their homes, pick it up, and move on to the next home.
Sure. Andrew, for you and your organization, how will you get the equipment to the people who need it in Jamaica? How does that work?
Right. So what we're doing, we have a container, a 20-foot container that we're going to ship directly to Jamaica. The shipper will drop it in Boston. We load the container, and then they pick it up the same day. And it takes 2 weeks to reach Jamaica. Also, I will be in Jamaica to welcome that container to make sure that it's being distributed. We have key partners on the ground. We're partnering with a foundation on the ground who will be able to clear it and support in the distribution of it. And what we have done too is to open up the container for Jamaicans who would like to send their barrel and their supplies to Jamaica also to support them. We're really glad to hear of the grant that we'll be receiving from the Boston Foundation to support shipping the container. And all we need is just supplies to fill that container. And I want to say thanks to the residents of Quincy, thanks to the state rep, Mr. Ayers, as always, you have come through, and we really appreciate all the effort that anyone can support in these trials sometime. We always want to help one another and be our brother's keeper.
Absolutely. Anything else, gentlemen, we should share with folks right now, do you think?
Well, Joe, thank you again. And of course, the items, if people would like to help out, will be wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, canes, commodes, tub seats, items like that, that are easy to pick up and easy to transport. Our goal is to help as many people as we can, and we certainly appreciate everybody in the city of Quincy helping out in a time of need. It really brings out the best in the community.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, a lot of folks have this equipment that they don't use it anymore. It's still in, good condition. They don't really know what to do with it. So, I mean, here's a great way to put it to good use again.
Sure is. And thank you, Joe, for helping us spread the word.
Happy to do it. Absolutely. Anything else, Mr. Sharp?
I want to say thank you so much. Media is so important to communicate to persons, and we want to say thanks for this opportunity. And the work just begun. It takes 5 years to recover, so this is the start to at least to help those who are in need. So appreciate it very, very much, and I want to say thanks to the residents of Quincy who have always supported us through Helping Hands State Repairs.
That's great. Well, gentlemen, thank you both. We'll get this word out to the community and hope you have a great response. Thank you both.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching us here at AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano, and we'll see you next time.